Hello everyone. So this is my first video on the first flight textbook in English for class 10. So today in this video we are discuss about the poem which is written by Robert Frost, and there are two poems. It is Fire and Ice, Dust of Snow. So let's start. So here you can see the Fire and Ice poem written by Robert Frost, and as you can see the summary, there is two summary I have given out there because we can summarize or we can explain it in a two variant ways. So let us start with the first one. So this is a symbolic poem written by Robert Frost. In this poem he discussed about the end of the world. In this poem, fire is a symbol of lust and endless desires, and ice is a symbol of hatred. The poet wants to away the humanity or a mankind that everything will end one day by human misdeeds. The poet says that both fire and ice are disastrous. Firstly, the world will end by the fire of lust and desire. If the world has to destroy twice, then it will destroy by the eyes of hatredness between man and man. And in the conclusion, we can say that it is actually the human nature which has been well illustrated with the help of two symbols, fire and ice. So the first summary is done. So here as we can see that the human have two faces. One is fire and one is ice, which is personified by our poet Robert Frost. And it says that human always have a lust and desires which is unlimited. And let's see the next summary. The poem Fire and Ice is written by poet Robert Frost. He explains us how he thinks the world might end by two things, fire and ice. He has given fire and ice two different human emotions. Fire has been compared to the desire and greed to do more and complete unhealthy. On the other hand, hatred and lack of sympathy is said to be portrayed by ice. So, stanza 1 explanation. These four lines from the poem Fire and Ice by Robert Frost make us question how our beautiful world might end eventually. We know that everything ends, and so someday our world might end too. These above lines give us two possibilities, one is fire and the other is ice. Here, this two fire and ice can be taken in two different ways. Let us understand about the fire first. The first possibility is fire. Our core of earth might someday become so hot that the heat might reach the mantle and the crust. So the heat will be so hot that the temperature will be like fire burning. Also, there might be a lot of volcano eruption that the lava will swipe away all the form of earth. So this is one way of the fire ending the world. The other way of the fire ending the world, the poet Robert Frost is comparing the fire with the people's desire. He wants to tell us here that the world will end with people competing for resources and eliminating out the weak ones who does not have any desire to it's compete with others or no fire in their hearts. So this way only the strong one will survive, and after some time they will also have wars between them for resources because of their selfish desires. And that will be the doomsday for the life forms on earth as they will end up everything. The poet says in the last line that he supports people who want to see the world end in fire. So it is his own personal opinion in the first stanza. Now, second stanza explanation. These four lines from the second stanza of the poem Fire and Ice by Robert Frost tell us another way of ending the world. That is by ice. Just like the first four lines, these lines also have two meanings. The poet says that if the world had to end twice, once if it ends by fire and again the world builds itself, the next time it might be ended by ice. He says that ice can also destroy the world. Ice has great capability to do that. The end by ice can be two types. One is literal and another one is metaphoric. In the literal way, world's temperature might cool down so much that the world will witness an ice age and people will frozen to death. This is very dangerous and has ability to end the world because some scientists says that this ice age already happened billions or millions of years ago already. The other way to end the world with ice is hatred. Metaphorically, ice or being cold as ice is a way to say that a person is fall to hatred or emotionally cut off. The poet Robert Frost says that he knows enough hatred as he has seen enough hatred that can be end the world. The destruction of ice is thus great because with hatred a lot of wars will take place, people will lack sympathy, no one will help anymore and then it will be our doomsday. Now come to the conclusion part. Fire and ice poem tell us that world is full of desire and hatred, which is a deadly combination and it can end our world. Desire and hatred together can lead to wars, killing of people, lack of sympathy and human emotions. Thus the poet says that the people will end the world with fire and ice. Here's another poem written by Robert Frost, Dust of Snow. The short poem by Robert Frost throws open light the unimaginable healing power of nature and tiny things. From a bad mood to ill health, there is nothing that can't be cured by nature. The author was experiencing one such bad day when a crow's movement near a hemlock tree dusted snow upon him. The snow instantly makes him happier, his days get a lot better. Thus, the supremacy of nature as a whole made him realize how petty his problem was. The fact that the hemlock tree is poisonous combined with crow being the indicator of doom and fear were used in the poem as the carries of happiness in the life of narrator is ironical. The poet thought this object has tried to highlight the sometimes creature linked with negative aspect of life can be a brighter of change and happiness. Being, being outdoors in nature with all its unpredictability can benefit anyone anywhere at any time. Devices of dust and snow, fire and ice. First, we will discuss dust of snow. The rhyme of the scheme is ABAB, and alliteration means the occurrence of same letter or sound of the beginning of adjacent or the closely connected word or repetition of consonant sound in the same line. The intents of alliteration are as follows: the sound of H in has given my heart. So there is a repetition of consonant sound in the same line. Another is the sound of S in and saved some part. Third is inversion, when the structure of a sentence is changed by poet to create rhyme. The poetic license is called inversion. In stanza 1, inversion can be seen. Fourth is assonance. The prominence of vowel sound throughout a line is called assonance. In stanza 1, line number 2, "Look down on me," that O sound is prominent. Number fifth is enjambment. When the same sentence continues to the next line without the use of any punctuation marks, it is called enjambment and it has been used throughout the poem in Dust of Snow. So I have given five literary devices of Dust of Snow out here, and I even give the Fire and Snow's literary device. Rhyme scheme is ABA, ABC, BB, BCB, and alliteration is the sound of F in. I hold with those who favor fire. So I have already explained you what is alliteration and invention is there is no inversion out here. Innocence, the sentence stanza 1, line number 4, I hold with those who favor fires. So even I explained the innocence earlier above. So enjapment, it has been used in every two line. Like if you want to see there, you can see in this fire and snow, there are every two line. There is no punctuation marks at all. So thank you so much for this session. And if you found any error in this video, please let me know because this is my first video with you all guys. So I have shared some summaries on this poem. So in next session, we will start with another topic, that is Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. So I'm going to provide you some basic notes on that, and if you people wants to solve question papers also on this topics, please let me know in the comment, and please do like, share and subscribe, and please be with our channel so that you could get a more notes on uh, the from the first flight.